Well, hello, and welcome to Diego C. Palace. Welcome to Diego C. Palace, everyone. Yes, this is a match along, watch along for Inter Milan versus Arsenal. Just trying to get everything ready there. I hope everyone can hear me and see me. If you're new, please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. It's Inter Milan versus Arsenal. Back in the day, this was a fixture, I have to say, as a neutral, watching them back in the day. But tonight, it's the match has just started. It's going about 3 or 4 minutes into it, still 0-0. And yes, welcome to everyone to Diego C. Palace. And if you can, please hit a like and subscribe there as you drop in. Hold on a minute, just getting everything out of the way. Let me just put this here. Please. And like and subscribe as you enter the live stream chat. Right, let's have a look. Let's get this going. I'll put the lineups in a minute. And yeah, so we'll have to wait and see what's going on here because at the moment it's still 0-0. I'm kind of hopeful that actually I'm gonna take this off a bit. I'm a little bit hot today. Oh, keyed out. Terrible scenes. All right, whatever. It's still 0-0. Just gonna get the matches up and running. Running a little bit late today. Let's have a look. What have we got here? That's not working. Hopefully that will work there. Yes, if you're new, please hit a like and subscribe. Just trying to get the matches up and running at the moment. Hold on a minute. Got that there. And let me just get the right glasses on. It's still 0-0. You haven't got the match up just yet. Just looking at the text commentary there at the moment. That's it. I can see you. And if I can see you, then you can see me. Please hit like and subscribe. Now, here we go. Let me just make sure you can't. Let me get the. Oh my God, what am I doing here? So, let's go to there. Let's go there. Let's go there. And then it'll be let's go there. Okay, doesn't matter. No. Oh my God. Let's do this one. Is this one available? Let's have a look. If I can see it. Why is it doing that? Just bear with me, trying to get the match up and running. It's coming up to about 7 minutes. It's still 0-0 between Inter Milan and Arsenal. Good luck to all the English and Scottish teams in and I can't. It's not coming up. Why is it not coming up now? Don't work. It's not working. Why is it not working? All right, it doesn't matter. Oh, Martinez going in there on the left-hand side. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right. I'm going to just quickly go over to that one. Let me just see, make sure. Oh, I hope no one can hear this. No, that's okay. So I can go there. Oh, there's been some goals in the other match. Oh, Aston Villa losing. Oh my days, what's going on now, Emery? They're losing. I thought they'll do quite well in the Champions League. Right. That's not working. All right, so if that doesn't work, then I need to go over here. Just bear with me, please. And let me go over there. Why is that on pause? Oh. Just a minute. Oh. Helps if you get the volume up a little bit. Just make sure you guys can't hear what I'm saying. Right, let's have a look. Right, here we go. Right. Right, into Milan here. I can finally got there. Just hope no one can hear or see it. Right, let me just get a drink going here. Get everything set up. Right, I'm going to go through the scores thus far. Oh no, Aston Villa have lost. Club Brugge winning 1-0 with the second half penalty there. So Unai Emery on his travels to Club Brugge, dropping points. I thought that at least they'll get a point there, or at least 3 points, but to no avail. Both Manchester City and Aston Villa suffering at the moment in the Champions League, and of course Liverpool and Celtic winning last night. Very well done to them there. It's also another full-time score. Full-time is Shakhtar Donetsk versus Young Boys. Shakhtar Donetsk 2, Young Boys 1. And now in the 8 o'clock kickoffs, there is here I'm covering the Inter Milan versus Arsenal. I will put the lineups in a minute. I'm going to go quickly for the scores coming. I'm just going over 10 minutes in all these matches. No scores. Feyenoord versus Red Bull Salzburg. Inter Milan versus Arsenal. Massive game for Mikel Arteta for the club, with the structural changes of Edu leaving to go and work for Nottingham Forest at very short notice. Will that affect Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff and the players in the short term and long term? What do the Arsenal fans feel about that? PSG 0, Atletico Madrid 0, Red Star Belgrade 0, Barcelona 0, Sparta Prague 0, Brest 0. They're at the top of the up there and thereabouts of the league thus far in the Champions League. Stuttgart 0 and Atalanta 0. Later on at 8:15, it's an evening, a little bit later, kickoff. It's actually going to kick off in the next minute or so. Bayern Munich versus Benfica. A lot of pressure there on Vincent Kompany, of course, although he's doing well in the league. But in the Champions League, he needs to pull his finger out and get some results there. They're very demanding there. And to get results there. There's also some UEFA Europa match is concluded. It's Besiktas has 2, Malmo 1, and there's some championships. But I'll do the championships scores later on. And I do believe there is, yes, Celtic are playing their halftime there. Celtic 4, Queen's Park 0. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Nearly in the 6-yard area. It's looping. Oh, defending by Arsenal there, getting away there into a good opportunity there. I can't lie. It's but anyway, the Scottish um what? What? Wait a minute. A minute. Just a minute. This is the women's though, it's not the men. Right. I thought so. It didn't make sense. Right. Hold on a minute. Right. So just gonna concentrate on the match here on it's still Barcelona. Barcelona has scored. Barcelona has scored. It's Martinez there on 13 minutes scoring for Barcelona, and it's of course Robert Lewandowski up there playing up there top with them, but it is yeah, what a header. What a very good header. Well taken header there by Ingo and Martinez for Barcelona in the 6 yard box area. Oh, something going on here. Some argy-bargy going on here. The players are fighting here at Inter Milan versus Arsenal. Um, Gabriel is having a little bit of a piece of somebody else there. I can't see who it is. So it's all kicking off there. And um, Martinez, I think both of them are getting a yellow card, or not, I don't know, but definitely Martinez are getting a yellow card. And good evening, Shay Arsenal. Big up. Thank you very much for dropping in, Shay Arsenal. Means the world. Thank you very much. And Arsenal, good luck to your Arsenal tonight. Of course, this is a difficult fixture for you. Look, you're playing away, following the news of Adu jumping ship and going off to work for Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest fans are doing very well up there towards the Premier League. But here's Martinelli on the Harris there, keeping the ball alive there for Arsenal. On the break now, on the counter here. Play goes on. That was a foul to me. Lautaro Martinez for Inter Milan, causing headaches all over the pitch at the moment for Arsenal. Trossard has another touch of the ball that I've seen so far. And Arsenal, Gabriel has had a yellow card, and Martinez has had a yellow card. Both of them for a little bit of argy-bargy. And so I'm going to go for the lineups here. Raya in goal for and there's no surprise there that Mikel Arteta has selected Raya. Right back, he's gone for White. Centre backs, he's gone for Saliba and Gabriel. There's no surprise there with Timber on the left hand side there, and then in the pivot, there, or not in the pivot, but in the midfield, they're Partey alongside with Marino. Either side of them, they've got Saka and Gabriel Martinez, and then up top they've got Havertz and Trossard. Trossard's not getting a touch of the ball. Why is he on there? I don't understand why they don't start with Sterling. They've got Gabriel Jesus. They've got Odegaard on the bench. Jorginho's on the bench. Nwaneri, the youngster. He won't get any time under Mikel Arteta, even though he's able to score goals, and there's squad in depth there for Arteta. So for Inter Milan, Simone Inzaghi, the renowned and very very experienced Italian manager, he's gone for. He's gone for looks like three at the back with Pavard, Divagil, and Bissek. Sommer in goal. The goalkeeper punches it away there. Martinelli there. Someone's down by the post there. Who is that? Yeah, he doesn't look very happy there. One of the Milan players, I can't see who it is. He looks like it might be Dumfries. He's hit, he's hit, he's hit the post there, so he's going to have to receive treatment there, no doubt. Thank you very much, Shay Arsenal, for dropping in. And right, so now I'm going to go, if I can concentrate. It's about 20 minutes into it, still 0-0 here at the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium. Oh, anything could have happened there. Calamity there. But yeah, it looks like the Inter Milan player is recovering okay from that. Right. I'm going to do the lineups if I can find them. Okay, that's not working. So let's go there. Let's go there. Oh, here's better. If you're new to the channel, please hit a like and subscribe. It means the world to me right now, as I'm starting to do watch alongs and just learn how to do, what not to do. Just trying to get the lineups. You can just bear with me. I'm going to go here. Aston Villa losing to Club Brugge 1-0. Unai Emery digging deep with his players but not getting results in domestic competitions or international or European competitions. And I always thought that Unai Emery would do well in just going to put here in the chat the lineups. Okay. Right, here we go. And then right, so then that's the this is the Italian lineup. Just bear with me. I'm just typing everyone's name, and it's a little bit, from what I've seen, a little bit. It's a little bit scruffy in the sense that neither side is able to establish a dominance on the match. It's I think for me, Arsenal were a bit nervy at the beginning of the match, although in the last 5 or 8 minutes, Arsenal coming into their fold, into the game a bit better now, a bit more confident on the ball. Inter Milan look a little bit vulnerable defending set pieces, in my opinion, just a touch. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's just what I've seen thus far. There's been 2 yellow cards, the referees having none of it, and one for each player, for each team. Right, that's the substitutes. Just trying to get the Inter Milan. They've got such long names, they can't get them all in one go. Just bear with me, just trying to put all the lineup up. That's Parbard, the Virgil, Bisek, Dumfries. He collided with a post, but he's recovered from that. But he's going to feel it in the morning. I can't lie. I'm going to have to delete some of the substitutions because I can't fit them all in. Why they got so many people? Jesus, what's wrong with these people? The names are just madness. Just bear with me. It's still 0-0 between Inter Milan versus Arsenal. My prediction for this match is Inter Milan 0, Arsenal 1. I think they could nick an away win. They're settling into the match there, but what I'll do is I'm going to do that. copy. I gotta do this bit there. So I'm going to do it like that, and then I'm just going to paste. Right, I'm going to do it like that because otherwise it won't fit. So there's the Inter Milan starting lineup and their substitutes. I've done it in 2 sections because otherwise it wouldn't fit. Now I'm going to go and do Mikel Arteta's lineup. And Odegaard is not starting. Oh! Inter Milan here. Very good play there by Inter Milan. Getting through. Lovely running off the ball to get on. But no, there's no chance on goal against Arsenal. Just doing the Arsenal lineup so people can see if you're interested. And right, that's Arsenal. Let me just type everything up there. And then I've got, big up to you, Steph. Thank you very much for Steph for dropping in. Thank you very much. My hat to you. It looks like my Aston Villa has dropped points. I thought they were going to get points there. I can't lie. My prediction there earlier on was then for them to get something against Club Brugge, but they've they're going for a dip in form, I suppose. But here is 0-0 for me, Arsenal. My prediction for this one is an Arsenal away win, 1-0, nicking away win here against Inter Milan. For me, Arsenal started a little bit calamitously, but they've settled into it right now. It's I just don't think Mikel Arteta really gives confidence to the players because there's ability there, in my opinion. But do they have enough to win the Champions League? And I don't think so. Maybe not. Hold on, I'm just typing up the names of the lineup for the Arsenal. Detective, big up to you. Listen, I'm trying to spell these names for Arsenal players. I don't really like Arsenal, to be fair. I've never have ever since they took Ian Wright off our books back in the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah, so I'm just trying to type in all their names and not get any spelling mistakes wrong. You spell somebody's name wrong these days, and it's like, you can't break wind in the wrong place these days. It's political correctness. Let's not go into politics, all the woke stuff and all that nonsense. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't slip up these days. So I'm just trying to write their names properly. I've got Jorginho. Let's type Jorginho here. Who else we've got? Sterling. Why Sterling? I'm sure Sterling is not getting paid a few crumbs. I'm sure he's earning quite a bit, and they won't start him. They got Nwaneri there. Right. So what do I do next? I do delete, and then do that, and then do that, and then paste. And that's the last of the substitutes for Arsenal. Oh my God, I finished that. What was that? You're still crying over Ian. Oh, listen, don't get me started. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Listen. Let me tell you something, the jamminess of some of these fans out there. Let me tell you, big up to you, Steph, for turning up. I can't lie. I can't cost you too much. I can't be too particular. Yeah, I mean, but anyway, listen, all I know is ever since Arsenal took Ian Wright, then the Arsenal started wearing that sort of yellow and black kit. Oh, nearly! He's nearly beat the keeper there. Header's just going wide there, and so when Wrighty went off to Arsenal, the flipping the Arsenal, they wore this yellow and black sort of resemblance of a banana, sort of going off sort of thing. Whenever you don't want to hear or see a club, I remember back in the day, I was a lot younger, of course, then, and you see Arsenal fans coming out anywhere, everywhere, and it's so annoying. It's so annoying. And yes, so yeah. But ever since then, I've moved on, and I'm not crying over it. I never cry. But anyway, I'll tell you something, Crystal. I dare go see Palace. I don't flip flop. I don't throw my goats underneath the bus. I never moonwalk. Um, Even if I've done a pick on a prediction. Unlike the Arsenal fans, they're always throwing their players underneath the bus and their managers underneath the bus. Real talk. But anyway, I'm actually, as a neutral, my prediction is an Arsenal away win here today against Inter Milan. It's not going to be an easy fixture. Inter Milan are renowned for their possession football. And they did check a VAR there, but to no avail, nothing happening there. It's still 0-0 here. I'm actually going to check on the other score because I think somebody else scored somewhere elsewhere. PSG and Atletico Madrid is 1-1. Barcelona have conceded. It's now Red Star Belgrade 1. Barcelona 1. The rest of the matches and Vincent Company's Bayern Munich are up on their own way, and they're still 0-0 there with Benfica. Are you covering the Chelsea game tomorrow against? Listen. I probably will. I might be on the road, so that's going to be an ask. Let me just have a look at something. Oh, Manchester United are playing tomorrow, of course, yeah. In the it's an 8 p.m. kickoff. I was just checking the time that you guys were playing. Yeah, I might be able to do it. You're at the bridge. I'm not gonna pretend to know a bit about Noah. The only Noah that I know is for the Christmas back in the day. And so if he turns up with all his reindeers and all the presents, can Chelsea respond to Father Christmas and Noah? Actually, I don't know much about Noah. I can't lie. I'll have to do some Googling there. Yeah, I don't know if they turn up on the with the out. Listen, you can't. How can listen? This is me typical. Christmas around the corner, and Chelsea are going to do one over Santa Claus and Noah. You know what I mean? What's going on there? Do you know what I mean? Don't spoil it, Chelsea fans. Come on, man. Just let's you got to let something slide, man. It's Christmas around the corner. You know what I mean? They've been advertising Christmas products since April in certain supermarkets. I'm not going to mention the names, but they have been. And I've been like, come on, man. But now we're coming around the corner to Christmas. You've got to enjoy the season. Please don't cancel it. You know, Chelsea fans are up against their Noah and Father Christmas and all that. Just let things slide, man. Enjoy the moment. But I think at the bridge, I'll have to find some information about that club because I'm going to put my heads up and I don't know Noah. I mean, to be finished, I have like zero. Do you know what? Now you're mentioning it now, I'm going to have to Google them to see if I know any of their players. And this is why you've diverted me now from purpose. There was a script to this, kind of. Now I've completely got off script. I need to find out. And now the thing has frozen. So what do I do now? So I've got to go over there. This is like multitasking. Right, let me go back. So how do I go to oh, here we go. I swear, if I lose the live stream to this match because I'm checking up on Chelsea's opponents, football club FC Noah. It's right. I'm going into it because I'm now intrigued to see where they're from. It's Armenia. Oh my days! No wonder I didn't know. I mean, am I supposed to know that? You know, I'm a Crystal Palace fan. I mean, when was the last time my Crystal Palace went and played in Europe? They play. Noah Yerevan. I mean, is this is from Games of Thrones sort of thing? Armenia in Armenia Premier League. Um, and right, so there you go. I didn't know. Now I know. They play in Armenia. Oh, the Armenia Cup. I didn't know. I didn't know. There you go. So you learn something every new. Unbelievable. Right, going back to today's business. Big up to you, Steph. Right, let's find out what's going on with the Arsenal versus Inter Milan. Oh, the studs there showing. Is someone going to get caught there? Oh, that's a bit nasty there. Gabriel surviving there. He got a few studs into him there. Not sure which player they're from Inter Milan. And for me, this referee is a little bit card happy, but I suppose they are in these competitions, in these European competitions. Can't say that my Palace has played many matches there, but big up to you, Steph, and to Shay Arsenal for dropping in. Thank you very much. It means a lot. At the moment, it's Inter Milan nil, Arsenal nil. My prediction for this fixture is an Arsenal away win by 1 goal, nicking a win there in the second half. That's what I'm suggesting. Um, 30 minutes, a little bit of a calamitous of a indecision start for Arsenal the first 5 to 7, 8 minutes, but then they settled into the match. For me, so it's evening out at the moment. The possession of Arsenal is getting better and better. The way they're passing the ball within themselves, it's it's good. Even Stevens there on attempts on goal, but not really anything that has troubled the keepers, in my opinion. That's a goal kick there. Right, I'm gonna do other. I'm gonna do other. Right, I'm just gonna go to. I did say earlier on that I was going to mention the championship, and it's. Oh no! How can they be winning? I've just seen Millwall are winning. Oh, that's really pissed. That's really annoying my evening now. It's Blackburn Rovers nil, Stoke City nil, Coventry City nil, Derby County 1. It's half time there in the Championship. Men, of course. Millwall 1, Leeds nil. Typical Leeds. They match ago they scored loads of goals. They go down. Well, just anyway, Luton Town nil, Cardiff City nil. That's a relegation 6 point if ever there was one. They're down towards the table there. Preston North End nil. I've actually been to deep down there. Palace back in the day. And Sunderland nil. And sake. I'm just having a look at this, and it's so annoying to look at this. Look at the lineups there. Typical Leeds. So unreliable. Anyway, because at the moment, as it stands, Millwall in the playoffs. There you see. I'm not going to look at the championship results anymore because that's annoying me. And then I'll start swearing, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to swear. And here we go into Milan. I'm going to go away from the championship because that's annoying me. Look, man, you know what I mean? I'm not having that. Can you imagine if Crystal Palace get relegated and Millwall get promoted via the playoffs? I mean, that's just like, just my head is starting to hurt right now just thinking about it. Oh my days, that's so annoying. Anyway, 2-1 Inter, one prediction. You're going for Inter. Actually, I saved something here. Let me just have a look. Well, I don't know. I might be able to bring it up on here. I saved. How do I do? Uh, um. Oh, how do I do this? Oh yeah, saved. Oh, it does work. Hold on a minute. I think it's this one. Yeah, I saved this. I don't think I don't know how to show things. I don't think you can do it on this app or on this YouTube thing. You have to go StreamYard, and then you can share things on the screen. But before this match started, I was back in the day when Inter Milan lost to Arsenal 5-1. I don't know what year it was. Arsenal fans will probably know. They had an Arsenal starting lineup of Henry, Canu, Pires, Lumberg, Edu, who's just jumped ship and gone off to Nottingham Forest. In the pivot there with Parla. They had on uh, Andy Cole's obviously the left back before he went over to Chelsea. The way he did. I'm not laughing. I'm gonna laugh. I'm a Palace fan. I can laugh at that. I suppose Arsenal fans don't want me to mention Ashley Cole during their live stream. But there you go. It is what it is. And Tory on the right hand side with a Campbell. So there's another one. So Campbell, he went to Tottenham Hotspur. He done another one. He done an Ashley Cole on the Arsenal, and then there's Sigan and Leherman, the goalkeeper, very good goalkeeper back in the day. That was the lineup that they had back in those days, and they won 5-1 at Inter Milan. Inter Milan in those days had Vieri. That name rings a bell. Up top, Martin's tall, lanky striker back in the day. And I'm trying to see other names there that kind of rings a bell. Maserati, I remember him playing. Cordoba, Colombiano ahí, playing for Inter Milan back in the day, and Cannavaro. And that was back. I don't know what year that was. In 2003. There you go. It just says there. 2003. I got this in Transfer Mark. And so I was looking at that, comparing it, but Arsenal haven't got the quality or the squad in there that they had back in those days. And is that, I suppose that's all down to Edu and Mikel Arteta. And I suppose the Arsenal fans, maybe they're happy with what they've got. I don't know. Second in the league, plenty of goals too. Well, there you go. So Inter Milan, so I could be wrong because I had a prediction of this one for Inter Milan to not score tonight against Arsenal, and Arsenal nicking, as they always nick a win. They certainly do against my Palace with the help of the referees. There's that expression always that the football fans say, same old Arsenal, always. I'm going to say always cheating. Same old Arsenal, always cheating. That's what we all sing. That's what it's true, but it's true because they always get these dodgy decisions with the referee going their way. And Brest has gone ahead and away at Sparta Prague, so they're going even further up at the top of the Champions League. Big up to you. Good evening, Steve. Thank you for dropping in. I'm watching this and the footage. You're watching the judge. Yeah, big. I got a selfie with the judge. I was going to do some filming there at Brentford Stadium, actually, and I saw the judge. I ran into him. Nice fella that. Right. So at the moment, it's still coming up towards half time. Feyenoord 0, Red Bull Salzburg 0, Inter Milan 0, Arsenal 0. I'm going for an Arsenal 1-goal away win, nicking it in the second half. But in the chat, Steve has suggested that Inter Milan are doing very well in the league, and so they should if they get an opportunity, if Arsenal lose a bit of concentration at the back, like they nearly did in the first 5 to 7 minutes at the start of this match, and they nearly nicked a goal there, but it's still 0-0 there. PSG 1, Atletico Madrid 1, Diego Simeone. Who scored there first? Oh, near each other. PSG did score first, but Molina equalising it. Excuse me, and the 18 minutes for Atletico Madrid. Let me just have a little quick butcher at their lineup. Luis Enrique playing forward the back. Same with Diego Simeone. He does like to tinker though, Diego Simeone, I can't lie. During the match, Conor Gallagher starting there. And he's been played on the wing there, in my opinion. But I'm intrigued to know how Michael Olise is doing. Let's see if he started for Bayern Munich. Olise has started alongside Musala and up top with Kane. What a combination then. Gnabry. Look at that starting. I mean, how can they not win that game? In the pivot, they've got Kimmich and Joao Palhinha. I'm sure he used to play for Leeds. I could be wrong, Joao Palhinha. And but it's 0-0. Oh, balls all over there in the 6-yard area. Martinelli there getting hold of the ball and nearly there. Bayern Munich 0, Benfica 0. Bayern Munich needs to stop. Vincent Kompany needs to pick up some points there in the Champions League because they're the wrong side of the table. And here we go. I tell you what, the duel between here that I'm looking up between between Lautaro Martinez versus Saliba. I think, is that a foul? Is that not a foul? Thing is, you don't know. These players keep faking, keep dropping like flies. You don't know what's real and what's not. And Lautaro Martinez, I'm sure he's on that's a penalty. Oh no, I think that's a penalty against Arsenal. What's happened there? He goes on the turn. The arm is no, his arm is too far away from his body. I think Inter Milan are going to get a penalty here. Or is that ball to hand though? I mean, I don't know. You see them giving, you see them not given. You don't know these days. Is VAR going to look at it? I think that's going to be a penalty there for Inter Milan. Steve, you were right. Inter Milan are very offensively thinking in mind up. And is it a penalty? Oh, the blaming thing's frozen up. Oh, you little basket. You little basket. What's going on here? Hold on, I've got to refresh the whole blaming thing here. What's going on? I don't know if it's a penalty given or not. The thing is just cycling here. The stream looks all right. Oh, it is a penalty. Right, so it is a penalty. Well, you're saying it. I believe you. But on my left sound screen here, I'm getting jackal. No, VAR looking at it. Is it a penalty? I'm behind then. Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah, I think that is a penalty. All that hard work that Arsenal have done in the first half. Right foot down the middle. This is the first goal, if I'm not mistaken, that Arsenal has conceded in the Champions League. And the San Siro here, it's going nuts. The home crowd are going absolutely ballistic. And That's completely thrown my prediction out the window because I predicted an Arsenal away win 1-0. And look at this. Look at this. It is a penalty, I have to say. Um, yeah, that's a penalty. Oh man, the Arsenal fans will be fuming with that. I expect. Big up to you, Steph. You were correct. It was a penalty. My thing is just frozen up again. Bodo Glimt, Karabakh should be good. Olympiacos Rangers, but that's going to be taking week's team 2015. Played reserve team away to Atletico to save players for the big game. Yeah, there's a lot of tactical play this way because of the. It depends on the squad in depth of the teams. They have to balance what they're doing in the league and what they're doing in Europe, and obviously in Europe, I presume they get more money, but it's in extra time in the first half, and now it's half time here at Inter Milan. It's um it's 1-0 to Inter Milan. Arsenal nil. I had predicted Arsenal to win, but oh, for me, looking at it as a football fan, I've seen them not given. But I suppose the rule book and the rules, it's following the free kick, following the set piece. It's um yeah, that's a penalty, but I've seen them not given, I can't lie. I'm just gonna get some nibbles. Please subscribe. Please subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. And it is a penalty, but I've seen them not given. But I suppose in European football, not that I'm an expert as a Crystal Palace fan, but with my team, but I think that's a bit of a gut gut hit there for the Arsenal fans. I think they've done very well. Their team during the first half, a bit dodgy in the first 5 to 10 minutes start, but they settled themselves well. Good domination, good um good possession of the ball. Not so much offensively on the Arsenal front, but two things as a neutral. You can tell that Rice is not on the pitch, and it's not because when Declan Rice is on the pitch for Arsenal and he's in form, he makes a big difference to that midfield there for Arsenal. And I can tell that he's not playing today. But with that said, I think Arsenal were deserved to be at least going a half time, half a 0-0. But in extra time there, there's going to be a debate there about how penalties are rewarded or not. And the one I've been worried about is Gabriel, who's the Arsenal defender. He's already on the yellow, and he's been flying some tackles in there. I'm more surprised that he's actually on the pitch, let alone that they're losing. But um, not a good night thus far for the Premier League sides. Aston Villa, Unai Emery losing to Club Brugge, and here Arsenal, Mikel Arteta's maybe he's is feeling a bit of an effect after a jump ship and he's gone off to Nottingham Forest. Has it affected him? Has it affected their coaching staff at Arsenal? Is it a matter of time, not a matter of if? It's a matter of when, not if. That Mikel Arteta gets pushed at the club because he's the lieutenant. Edu is jumped and it's gone over to Nottingham Forest. Is this a repercussion of it? Because this is an Edu Mikel Arteta team. Apart from Partey wasn't brought in. Um, The only player I can see starting for Arsenal today, and I'm not an expert in Arsenal, that is not an Adu, that is not an Arteta player signing to me is Thomas Partey. All the other players have been signed by Edu and Mikel Arteta. And had Declan Rice be available, he would have been playing there in Partey's role, in my opinion. So, so this is Edu's and Mikel Arteta's players that they signed on the books. Unless I'm wrong, I could be wrong. Villa lost to Bruges, and Celtic can't underestimate them because Bruges did beat Atletico 2 years ago. I know I've got to research on Club Brugge a bit more. You know more than them than I do, Steve. And I'll take it. I went for you. Oh, you went for Inter Milan 2-0. Well, you see, now I disagree with you. I thought Arsenal might nick a win in the second half, and I think they deserve to be 0-0 at the half time. And I thought, you know how they are, you know how Arsenal fans are and how their players are. They're always nicking a win here, nicking a play there. Real talk. And I thought they might get away with it today, but yeah, that is a penalty. But so you went for a 2-0 Inter Milan, and I've been told that Inter Milan have been doing well in the Italian league. So, right, I'm going to go over to the other scores. Just want to confirm at half time. Well, actually, no. Club Brugge 1, Aston Villa 0. Actually, I'm going to click into there to see if anyone got sent off or anything like that for Aston Villa. A lot of yellow cards. No one getting no one getting a red card there, but they conceded a penalty in the second half. That was Unai Emery's Aston Villa away at Club Brugge. Also, Shakhtar Donetsk 2, Young Boys 1. That's a full-time result there as well. At half-time now, it's gone. Oh, right. Feyenoord 0, Red Bull Salzburg 1. Just going to quickly go in there. Konate scoring there for Red Bull Salzburg. Actually, I'm intrigued to know who their manager is. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking of somebody else. All right, never mind. And I must be mixing it up with Red Star, but anyway. And then Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 0. For me, Arsenal started a bit gingerly there in the first 5 to 10 minutes, but then they settled it into the match. Good possession of the ball. Good confident play by Arsenal as a neutral. I thought they did really well in the first half. And Inter Milan, as I've been told by the chat, they're doing well in their league. Unlike Arsenal seem to be dropping a bit like a stone in the Premier League performance-wise. Anyway, Inter Milan are doing well in their league, and they're pushing and their endeavour push for a penalty. As a fan, I've seen those penalties not given, but this is, I suppose, Champions League football, and the way the ball, yeah, it's a penalty. But for me, I've seen those pens not given, and I have seen them given, but obviously the referee went for a pen. I think VAR looked at it and confirmed it. I didn't see none of it. I was just seeing cycle things on my thing, and Inter Milan are leading Arsenal 1-0. There is options on the bench there for Mikel Arteta. Also, half-time, PSG 1, Atletico Madrid 1. Zaire Emery scoring early doors there for PSG, and on Dembele, ex-Tottenham Hotspur player, they're assisting him. And then Atletico Madrid equalising with Molina literally about 2 or 3 minutes after the PSG has scored. We look at the lineups. I can confirm that Conor Gallagher, ex-Chelsea players playing there on the wing. for Diego Simone, so he's settling in there, I suppose. Champions League. Um, I a lot of Atletico Madrid fans will probably be asking why is Koke not starting, Koke instead of Gallagher, but what I have learned from Diego Simone is that when he goes for a lineup like this, he sticks with it, but then suddenly, bam, he just flicks a switch, and then he just likes to tinker. He likes to tinker during a match like no other manager does, and it's been successful to him because he's won things. I can't lie, but for me, I think it's a bit too much of a Tinkerbell. PSG, however, John Neves there in there, but and no, I thought I recognised someone there, but no. But it's definitely 1-1 there. PSG versus Atletico Madrid. Red Star Belgrade 1. Barcelona have gone ahead. Oh, I missed that one. Lewandowski scoring on 43 minutes. Going ahead there. Rafinha, ex Leeds player, of course. He's assisted Martinez on 13 minutes. And but Red Star Belgrade, pound for pound, they came back. But Barcelona, towards the end of the first half, they've gone ahead again 2-1. So, 1 minute. Yeah, a lot of pressure there. A lot of pressure there on Hans de Ditter flick there, no doubt, at Barcelona. And Brest have gone 1-0 up against Sparta Prague, and Stuttgart 0, Atlanta 0, and Bayern Munich 0. Coming up to half time there, Benfica 0, and Michael Lise there, starting there alongside Musiala. What a youngster! What a combination of youngsters of up and coming players there. Gnabry there and Kane, Harry Kane up top, um, and Benfica have receiving their 1 yellow card there. For some reason, Vincent Company hasn't been able to tick all the boxes in the Champions League home and away fixtures. He needs to start getting results in because they are. If I look at the table in the Champions League, Bayern Munich is still in the dropout zone, 25th place. Anything 25 or downwards, you will be eliminated. There, Atletico Madrid is also down there on 4 points as it stands. So both Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich, you would expect them to win tonight and start climbing up that table. As it stands, Arsenal are in 12th place with still with 7 points because obviously they're losing at the moment. Inter Milan go up into 5th place. Brest is in 4th place. Monaco's up there. And of course, what's happened last night, Liverpool are top still. They're at the top. Sporting with Ruben Amorim, their manager now, just having played now his last game at his home stadium at Sporting. He was pushed up in the air by the Sporting players. I think they've got one more match to play, but it's away before the international break. And they've he's there on second place there. So I don't know who the manager is going to replace Ruben Amorim. No idea. I have to Google that. And yeah, I don't know if anybody knows that there. What's this just saying? Big up to you, Philly lost whenever. I remember Ask 113 there in 2003. Yeah, Steve, I mentioned that earlier on. And but yeah, so I'm going to quickly go back to actually before I do anything else, I'm just going to do. I don't know how to do this. Just bear with me. I'm going to do. How do I do this? So if I do. Nope. No, that's not working. Just bear with me. How do I content? Oh, live. Oh, it doesn't come up. I don't understand. There's so many things I'm trying to discover to find out here, and I'm just trying to figure things out. It's like doing a blooming diploma here. Right, just bear with me. I'm just trying to share it, but it won't let me. So I'm gonna do this. There, I'm gonna do it like that. So how do I do that? Do it like that. And then if I put that on, oh god. Oh, I know. Hold on a minute. Oh shoot. I'm just trying to share it on the socials, but I can't do it. It won't let me do it. So if I do, oh, here we go. No, I don't want it to be a real. Oh my days. How do I do this? So go home. Oh, that's how you do it. And then you do. Just bear with me. I'm trying to. Why does it do that? I don't understand. Oh, here it is. Post. Right. So if I do it like that. Next. What should we put? Search. Who? I don't know how to do this. Let's try that one. Right, there you go. Did we do that? And then I'm going to put live now on YouTube. Live watch along into there's a substitution going on. I'm just trying to advertise the damn thing on social media. Just bear with me if I can figure out how to do it. Into Milan versus Arsenal. And then I put at UEFA. I put UEFA, and then I put at Arsenal. What are you doing? And at Inter Milan. Right, that'll do. I don't know if that's going to go. Yes, it is. Just bear with me. I'm coming in it. Don't you start. I'm trying to. I had a bit of a technical glitch earlier on. Everything froze. Don't you start. And you did great. What are you talking about? Listen. In my day, it was personal ads, mate. Personal ads. And if you're old enough to know what I'm talking about, then you know. Real talk. None of this Wi-Fi malarkey back in the day. And what do I do now? Edit. No, I don't want to do that. Oh shoot. What do I do here? Pin to profile, confirm, and then I just share the thing. The match will be over by the time I get to send this out on Instagram. I mean, it's just I was so bleeding slow. Right, I think it's gone. Absolute rubbish. Right, Right, there it goes. It's off of this way. What are you going on about? Evening all, evening James. So thank you for dropping in. And no, I'm not. I'm still using personal ads. The back of the. Do you remember I'm not going into it too much. Do you remember Loot, the newspaper, where you can sell and buy things, and if like change a mark back in the day that we used to sell a car and all that. If you know, you know. That's a personal ads. None of this Wi-Fi mobile phone malarkey app nonsense. Yeah. You're gonna wish you did it. It's too late now. It's too late now. Listen, listen. Loot was the offices of Loot. That newspaper where you used to buy and sell things, exchange things. There, that's talking about goods, okay, products, okay, buying and selling. All right, you know what I mean? South London, Delmore style. I don't know what you're thinking of, but that used to be on the Kilburn High Street, just south. So if you come out the railway station on the Kilburn High Street, you lick a left, and the Loot headquarters used to be there. The reason why I knew that because I went in there and I did some contracting work and I set up all their systems and shit. So that's why I know. You know that people. No, don't take it there. Don't take it there. Listen, do you know what? On that note, I used to have it. Everybody did it because it's the only way back in the day. And then you could get decent deals and all that and things like that if you needed to find something at a price, good quality, whether it's a car, a house, anything. Right. When of course when the internet came along, exchanging mark. I remember, was it the owner of Reading? He used to own football and the Exchange and Mark. And I don't think it does. James. I don't think it. I know the building definitely doesn't. I mean, the building is still in situ on the Kilburn High Street, but literally before Luke went into those premises, I was in there contracting and putting all these machines in there, so putting their systems, all that stuff. But I know the building is still there, but it's yeah, they don't. I don't think they exist anymore. Yeah, so back in the day, and also I used to go up because from Kilburn, if you go further up north, I think it's the A5, isn't it? Go up towards Cricklewood and all that. There used to be some old-fashioned electronic stores. I used to go there. It's like a it's like a scrapyard, but not cars. It was like a little shops that did in Cricklewood, and you can get if you needed a CD player fixed, if you needed certain things sorted out, it was all right. It's really gone down. No disrespect to people in Cricklewood and Kilburn, but it's gone downhill. It's gone downhill. Last time I parked in Cricklewood, if you go to Cricklewood and then you go left on the left, you got the Santander there, you got the McDonald's there. You go down and it's an underground car park there. Blaming hell. The sites that you saw down there. I was about 2 years ago, and I was like, blaming hell. There's some going on here, some shenanigans. My first game at Palace was 1989 against Coventry City. I was still getting into trouble, as you do at that age. 1989, and I remember we got taken there. Mum took me there. She doesn't like crowds, so she stood outside the stadium. Bless her. And I was at that age where I was just becoming a point where I wanted to get my license for my motorcycle, and so got taken to the game. Coventry City was we lost 1-0 and didn't get to see much, but I remember going in the Arthur Waite stand, and I went in, not the first one, the second stall, because in those days you didn't have to go to the shop or anything. In those days they let anyone in with a bit of bubble, so I just went in there, put my note, put my score on the put my notes on the turnstile, and they let you through. Come to think about it, these days, if you got a bit of money, any kind of money, they'll let you in there. You know what I mean? But anyway, all right. Well, there you go. Oh, big up to you, Steve. 189 Wolves. There you go. Oh wow, 1981. So you're very, very similar to me then. And football in those days was a lot different. When I went into the Arthur Wade stand in those days, oh shit, 1 minute, did they score? I know they haven't. Still 1-0 to Inter Milan. And in those days, I went into the Arthur Wade stand, but where I stood, because it was the right hand side of the Arthur Wade. So if the Arthur Wade stand is there and the main stand is there, if you like, on the right hand side, that's where now the away fans actually stand. And I remember going in on my own, a little bit nervous, but excited as you do as a youngster, because I've got a bit of freedom. I can go into my game, and been pretending all my days on the park, playing football, pretending to be Ian Wright or Mark Bright as a youngster, and got in there. I got in well early. It was literally all there was maybe a couple of pigeons on the pitch, and in those days you could see sand bits on the pitch, because the way pitches were laid in the late 80s, during the early 90s, it's a lot different than what they do these days. And I remember going down, looking, have a nice Christ look, and having a good butcher's it. And then I thought, right, let's look around. I looked at the ticket, and I was right at the back, literally with my back against the wall, against the metal thing at the back. But yeah, I loved it. Didn't see a blaming thing, because once everyone got in, everyone was standing, and everyone in those days, I remember someone at half time just pulling out the packet of Rothmans and pulling one and doing one, and he couldn't find a lighter for a cigarette. So I felt sorry for the other Crystal Palace fan, and I went, "All right, lad, do you want a light?" I just sort of lent him my lighter. So yeah, the back at half time, yeah, with a packet of Rothmans, and still went old enough. It was madness. Things that happened at Crystal Palace in those days was mad, and it was just brilliant. Stood up the whole match, and I love watching football, standing up. I think we should be allowed to stand up. No, none of that. None of that. It was all civilized. We had proper Barcelona doing one, aren't they? They're 4-1 up now. Talking about that, Barcelona are on fire at the moment, and yeah, no. So yeah, you can't smoke, obviously, and you can't. You're not supposed to stand now watching football. These days, you break wind, and you get your season ticket torn up for that as well. Then nowadays, it's getting madness. But no, you can't. There is something. I think at Newcastle, I think at St James's Park, they have allocated some areas for fans to stand. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, go and ask Geordie. I've worked with Geordie fans, and they're very passionate about that football club up there. I kept telling them back in the day, stop hiring ex-Crystal Palace players, ex-Crystal Palace managers. They kept on hiring them. And I said, stop it. They did that with Steve Bruce, and a lot of them, they lost the will to live up there, like, literally. But they've got a standing. I think St James's Park has got a section where you can actually stand. I'm not sure if the Emirates, if they've got that at Arsenal, but those were the days. Yeah, I miss those days. So big up to you. So you were 1981 Wolverhampton Wanderers. As I said before, I've been to Molineux twice. Versus Wolves. Where do we stand? I remember when I went to Villa away, but we had Jordan as the chairman at the time, and we were behind one of the goals, I'm pretty sure. The last time I was at Aston Villa, the Doug Ellis stand, was when Patrick Vieira was our manager, and we lost 1-0. And wasn't a happy day. That was my birthday as well. I see Atlanta beating Stuttgart. Right, what's going on in the football? Blabbering on too much. still 1-0 here. PSG 1, Atletico Madrid 1. I tell you something, there's managers under pressure there. It's Diego Simeone at Atletico Madrid and Vincent Kompany at Bayern Munich. They need to be creeping up a bit because at the moment they're in the knockout stages. No, they're in the there's 25th downwards in the Champions League. If you end up there on 25th or below, you do get eliminated from that competition. You don't get into the next part. I think playoffs or automatic section. Still trying to get my head around the new rules in the Champions League, but it's Feyenoord is considered another one. It's Red Bull Salzburg 2. I'm intrigued to know what's going on with Barcelona there, and Hans-Dieter Flick, he's going to be happy with that result there. Rafinha, ex-Leeds player, he scored. Lewandowski, I always butchered that name. I think he was rumored to be going to Arsenal at one point. I don't understand why Arsenal don't buy strikers. Oh! Was that an own goal? That could have been an own goal there. Dumfries there, I think, for Inter Milan, clearing it off the line. How did he not score? Oh, and it was nearly an own goal. So Arsenal nearly pulling one back there, but Barcelona don't freeze. Barcelona 4, Red Star Belgrade 1, and so they are doing well there. Barcelona, and oh, wait a minute, are they looking at it? Did that go over the line? Excuse me, 1 minute. Let me just. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, what a stop by the Inter Milan keeper. What a save by the Inter Milan goalkeeper. The goalkeeper there tracking back and lifting his arm up there and getting hold of that ball. Oh, my days. Arsenal starting the second half very brightly. They're not happy with going a goal down, of course, in the first half. For me, Arsenal deserve to at least be in drawing at halftime. But it's still 1-0 to Inter Milan. The chat told me that Inter Milan are doing very well in the Italian league, so it's showing why they're winning 1-0. But Arsenal coming back, and hang on a minute, someone's been substituted. Jesus is out, so Mikel Marino, he's been hooked at half time, and Gabriel Jesus has come on. They need a goal. That's no brainer, but Havertz has just been fouled there. Havertz has just been fouled there. Referee, surely that's a foul on him. Playing on there. All the Arsenal players seem to be falling to the ground at any opportunity there, trying to get something off the referee, but they're not going to win a game like that in Italy against Inter Milan playing like that. They need to force the issue. Oh, they're just showing it. They're showing the replay of the ball going on the line, and most of the ball is I think that's gone over the line, but not all of the ball, or sufficient enough of the ball has gone over the line. But that could easily have been Arsenal 1 away, Inter Milan 1, but no, still Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 0. I could be wrong, but I think this substitute coming on for Inter Milan used to play for Manchester United, and Mkhitaryan. I can't butcher this name. in Mkhitaryan. Oh, I can't say that name. Mkhitaryan, that's it. Mkhitaryan. I think he used to play for Manchester United or somebody in the Premier League, and he's coming on for, I can't see who that is, but he's come on. So anyway, it's still Inter Milan here, coming up to about 62 minutes. Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 0. Hold on a minute. I think there's more goals in this match between Inter and Arsenal, and it's just see what's going on. Is that like for like? There's a triple substitution. Thuram coming on for Lautaro Martinez, who's their captain. He was on a yellow card, so that's why he's been hooked. And Barbella has come on. I think Inter Milan have gone to a 4 at the back, like a 4-3-3 now. Mikel Arteta's trying to come on the pitch. Why? They just shown a replay of Mikel Arteta literally getting hold of the ball before the ball nearly didn't. What's going on there? He nearly got a yellow card. Yeah, he's not allowed to touch the ball. Mikel Arteta trying to be a player there, trying to help his side, but he's a manager. He can't be touching the ball, especially when he hasn't gone out of play. And this referee's been a bit picky now. He's asking them to put it in a different place. I don't understand why. It's like literally in the same place. So what's the difference? This referee's been very picky, but then of course Mikel Arteta can't be touching the ball on the touchline when the ball's in play. Please subscribe at Diego C. And it's Atlanta beating Stuttgart. Thanks, Steve. Let me have a look. Let me go back. Where are we? Atlanta. Oh yes, Stuttgart are losing. Atlanta scoring 1 goal. Lookman, that name rings a bell. Didn't he do a balmy over Manchester United? Our fans, I don't know why, but it kind of looks. Wasn't he linked for somebody? I think it might have been. I think there's still more goals here between Inter Milan and Arsenal. My prediction was an Arsenal 1-0 away win, but Inter Milan, because of the good form from the league, which I wasn't aware of. The chat made me know about it, so big up to you lot. Barcelona are leading there, still 0-0 for Vincent Kompany, and Mikel Arteta is he doesn't look a happy bunny on the touchline. He's received a yellow card. Free kick coming in there. Plenty of bodies there in front of the Inter Milan goalkeeper. The Fries heads it away now. Oh, 1 minute. Let me just see what happened with the thing. Oh. How do I do this? Whoops. Right, I don't know what's happened there, but hopefully that's. Yeah. Right, I better turn this down, otherwise I'm going to get in trouble. How do I? Leave that. I'm doing too many things at once. Yeah, I agree with you, James. It's all and I reckon there's something else deeper going on at that football club. I think there's a reason why Adu has jumped ship to Nottingham Forest. I think something's happened internally within Arsenal, but they're keeping it in house. Um, if you look at the volumes of Arsenal people earning over 100 and 200,000 pounds a year, it's ridiculous. As I said earlier on, there's a lot of money being spent at that football club since Adu and Mikel Arteta have been there, and I think something's happened behind the scenes, and obviously they're keeping it in house. And so people are asking, was he pushed? Did he leave on his own accord? I think something's happened, and he's thought, you know what, I need to jump ship here before something kicks off and becomes public. I don't know, but for me. They haven't won any trophies, and now it's all falling apart. And I think you're right there, James Stone. Wheels are coming off their asses. Yeah, it's coming off. Um, they are dropping like a stone in the Premier League. Mikel Arteta looks like he's lost his dog lead and his little pup in Edu, or is it the other way around? I don't know how it was, but he's on his own now, and I'm of the opinion the moment that Arsenal are knocked out of the Champions League, Mikel Arteta will be gone. I just got a feeling as an outsider looking in because of the millions and millions. I think there's more than 300 million net spend that Mikel Arteta's had at his disposal, and he's not landed one single domestic or European trophy. They shouldn't have. Yeah, you're really getting on his case. And Ketia, I told you, and Ketia will score between. I would like him to score between 15 and 20 goals. But you and I know in the Premier League, no, don't start me about holding. All right, don't start me about holding because he's now for the unders and with playing for Darren Powell. Last night they were up at Peterborough at the Posh and they got spanked. They got spanked once, they got spanked twice, they got spanked not just 3 times. They got spanked 4 times, 4-1. They're under 21s, Crystal Palace, young players playing away at the Posh, and Peterborough under 21s winning 4-1 there, and Eddie Nketiah and Holding was playing for them. So that tells you something. Arsenal, and he's on big wages there. He's on big wages, that Holding. I don't understand how a player and a manager can fall out so much to that point. Just be professional. Just turn up to work and do your job. And if you don't like each other at 5 p.m., then piss off. Do you know what I mean? And it's going... Oh, you're going to get me in trouble. Listen, I'm new to this live streaming. I don't know what I'm allowed to read or not allowed to read. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not. Look, I'm telling you something. Eddie Nketiah will get between, I will say, between 8 and 14 goals, hopefully this season. 14 be the top. And there you go. And when he does, I'll come back to you. But he won't be scoring. He's got to score because he's getting good money there. And he's getting match time. He's getting into the right places. He's having to play a little bit out of position. He spends more time tracking back, getting himself into trouble. And he just needs a couple of goals going off his kneecap or whatever, and then he'll be all right. Look, I'm trying to concentrate on this pitch. Look, I'm telling you, you're taking liberties. Listen, it's penny for the guy, penny for a guy. Do you remember doing that as a youngster? Penny for a guy. Come on, you must remember doing that as a youngster. If you don't, then you ain't from South London, mate. Come to think about it. But yeah, you still living underneath a rock. And Eddie Nketiah doesn't need to be the penny for the guy. He is the Crystal Palace player, and he will score goals. He'll prove it. Do you know what though? I haven't got anyone's names on my shirt because the last shirt that I had, the last home shirt that I've got it somewhere. I put Sam Johnston's name on it. Not Sam Johnston, but it's Johnston, the keeper, because I think it was a brilliant goal. I still think he's a good goalkeeper. He's injured, and he's at Wolverhampton Wanderers. Anyway, and the moment that I put my name on the shirt, the player goes off somewhere else. So I haven't put no one's name on the shirt at the moment. I was considering putting Eddie Nketiah. So if you want to get Eddie Nketiah out, if you want to jinx it, I probably might put the name there for you. But yeah, listen, penny for the guy there, mate. Surprises lasted. They kept on falling over yesterday. And Eddie Nketiah doesn't fall over. Beanie McQueen is making it from Leon's. Look. I don't know what Dougie Freeman is doing in the transfer window, but talking about transfers, and you brought this up, not me. I overheard, I'm not going to say the channel, but I was watching on YouTube, and I heard some YouTube channel people, and some, because they've obviously lost their sporting director, the name of Dougie Freeman came up. And I'm just thinking, what's up with these football fans from other football clubs when it's not Newcastle United, it's the Manchester United fans, and now the Arsenal fans? They're saying, why don't we try and get someone like Dougie Freeman? And I'm thinking, just leave it out. Leave Freeman. Listen. If we can get towards mid-table and upwards, Havertz! Arsenal are just not lucky in front of goal. They are trying. They are knocking on the door, but the door is jammed shut at the moment. That lovely turn on the ball there. Arsenal nearly grabbing a goal back there. Who let the dogs out? That's cool, isn't it? That is so close. I remember every time the partnership that he had. Of course, Dougie Freeman, he played twice for us. But every time that he played up top with Clinton Morrison. I remember Clinton Morrison telling Owen, the Liverpool, when he was at Liverpool, telling him to do, he was doing too much of this, and Michael Owen telling him there was a bit of giving back there. I remember back in the day there, but yeah, when Dougie Freeman played up top with Clinton Morrison, a good combination. But football was played differently there. They're 4-4-2, and now then obviously Glasner and a lot of teams are playing that. Ruben Amorim is another example. They like to have three at the back, two wingers going either side. And when they're attacking, literally, you're attacking with the whole team, literally. But on the transition, when they need to defend, so the traditional type of football nowadays is completely different to how it was before. Look. I know. Sometimes when I'm at Selhurst Park, and if you talk about Simon Jordan as an example, everyone sort of ducks their head. It's like, hey, Simon Jordan. It's like no one likes to talk about it. It's like, because everybody knows that Simon Jordan's still got connections at the club, and it's like a little family there of ownership people, and there's always got like a little crowd of people, especially in the main stand, where they're all talking and someone is listening and they're all feeding back nowadays because there's Wi-Fi and there's all this technology. Before they even get back to the seats, they're WhatsApping the little group chats, telling Jordan or telling anyone who needs to know what's been said and who's been saying what. And that's how it is. That's how it is. It's never changed it before. Back in the day, I used to have a season ticket in the Steve Coppell Lounge. And the things that you could see, because it was the Steve Coppell Lounge and it was the Directors Lounge. And it was the things that you could hear and see in there. It's just I could write a book. I remember it, I should write a book about it. Actually, that might be a bestseller. I can't lie. No, I don't think he'll come. I don't. He might be invested in that. Now he's doing all right there as a football when he talks his football and when he talks about boxing in Talksport. I ran into Spencer Oliver, and I said to him outside the bank. I was finishing a job about half midday, just coming out the Bank of England in the city of London, and just going back to the car park with some stuff. And I ran into Spencer Oliver. I said, "Oi, you!" And I said to Spencer Oliver, "You make sure you look after Simon Jordan on Talksport." And I said, "Look, I'm a Palace fan. I know who you are. I know what you're about. But look after Simon Jordan because he's obviously talking about boxing." And he goes, "Yeah, all right." I said, "Just look out for him." Do you know what I mean? And then Spencer Oliver goes to me and he goes, "No, do you know what?" He actually swore. He said, "No, Simon Jordan can flipping it, look after himself." And we just both laughed. And then I asked Spencer Oliver for a selfie. I've put it on my Instagram, or if you want to check it out. And yeah, lovely fella. And but yeah, Simon Jordan is doing well talking about boxing. He does get himself into little muddles there with Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, and they're all very well opinionated. But I think he's doing well. I'd like to see Simon Jordan not get back into football. Come talk about it. I'd like to see him become a boxing promoter and get like a label up and get 5 to 10 boxers underneath a label and take on Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren. That would be something to see. I reckon he might be able to pull that off, quite frankly. Parish. Listen, Parish got some it's got a good taste in cars, I'll tell you that much. You can tell when Chief Parish is driving into Selhurst because you can hear tell whether it's his Ferrari or his Aston Martin that he comes in. And he's got a good taste in cars now. I knew you was going to mention that. I knew you was going to mention that one. I knew it. I just knew it. I wasn't going to mention it, but I will do it now. Just because I'm salty as a Crystal Palace fan, and I'm actually fuming it now because I expect now. I expect now the likes of Millwall are clearly well embedded now into the playoffs, and they've beaten Leeds. I mean, is there anybody out there that likes Leeds United? Is there any Leeds United fans that can put up with their own club? I don't know. Because a few games ago, they were scoring like 3 or 4 goals or whatever. And now they go away at the Den and off the Old Kent Road. And look at that. Look at that. Millwall 1, Leeds United 0. And if I look at the table there, I don't want to look at it. They're in 5th. Right in the midst of it, they're going, oh my days, look, they've won 1, 2, 3, 4 wins in a bounce. Oh no, that hurts my head. Millwall have won 4 games in a bounce. Listen, I'm not having it, James Stone. I'm not having it. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Can you imagine if Millwall go through, get through the playoffs, get promoted, and my Palace get relegated? I mean, I'll never hear the end of it. It can't be allowed to happen. If that happens, someone cancel football. Someone cancel it because that shouldn't happen. and Coventry have lost to Derby County. Coventry City 1, Derby County 2, Blackburn Rovers 0, Stoke City 2. Luton are still playing, and they were bottom, and they're beating the Bluebirds. Cardiff City, Preston North End versus Sunderland. So that's a match up there in the north. Munich. Bayern Munich has scored. And Misala has scored on 67 minutes. Harry Kane with the assist there. Let me see if Michael Lise there is still on the pitch. No, he was hooked on 56 minutes. Michael Lise can't get to 90 minutes. I don't know if maybe they're looking after his injuries or not. But Michael Lise being substituted, but relief there for Vincent Company. They are winning in the Champions League at the moment against Benfica. Still a lot of football there to be played, a good 20 minutes or so. But Bayern Munich now into the playoff section area. They're up to 17th as it stands right now. Only 1 point behind the Arsenal. I've lost everything now. I've lost the stream. What's going on? Hold on a minute. Leeds us a very good away day, especially when they're winning 5-1. Yeah, you're right. Millwall, South London always look out for their results. There's no Palace fan that will admit to that, I suppose, in the sense that but I am on YouTube, so you can't hide it. You can't hide anything. But if they get promoted, can you imagine if Millwall get promoted and the home fixture between Millwall fans and West Ham United fans? There'll always be madness going on between Millwall fans and all the other London clubs, quite frankly, especially against Palace. But West Ham United fans versus Millwall fans, they'll have to do that kickoff at 12:30, whatever day it is. They can't do that on the evening. I've worked with West Ham United fans, and they don't have much things like us at Crystal Palace. Good things to say about Millwall fans, I can't say. That will be interesting, I can't lie. But here in the Champions League, it's still... Oh, I've lost it. It's just scrolled again. There we go. Coming up to about 85 minutes, it's still Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 0. And for me, Inter Milan are playing a dangerous line here because they are playing deep. And when I mean deep, I mean deep. I mean real talk. I mean Inter Milan are literally, they're asking for Arsenal to find a way. And in my opinion, I think Arsenal could still score something and perhaps even go on to win it. I don't know. I think without Declan Rice on the pitch, you can tell. But in the first half, Arsenal did very well. Very unlucky to go in half-time 1-0 down, in my opinion. It's not panic stations, I suppose, in the Champions League for Mikel Arteta, because they're still there and thereabouts but with all the money, all the millions and millions spent by Edu and Arsenal, I would expect Arsenal fans would expect the minimum for Arsenal to go through. Oh, Havertz! Oh, Lily. Unlucky. They're about 10, 15 yards away. I would expect that Arsenal fans would expect, with all the millions and millions of pounds spent on their players by Edu and by Mikel Arteta, that Arsenal should comfortably be in the top 8 at the moment on this table of the Champions League. I mean, and they're 3 points off it at the moment, with everyone having played 4 games. So Um, I think it's not. I think who's it? Yeah, it was you, James Stone. Yeah, the Arsenal are the wheels the wheels. Who's it? It was you. Arsenal are coming off the wheel. Yeah, the wheels coming off the wheels at Arsenal, and I think that happened internally. Something going on with Edu, and that's why he had to go, and he jumped. He got into somewhere else, and my question is that he clearly had another job lined up with Nottingham Forest. So my point is very simple: what deals did they do the transfer window, whilst knowing that he could? Did he knew that he was going to Nottingham Forest? And because there's millions and million pounds at stake there, I think something happened internally within Arsenal, um, within Edu and how the club was run, and he got himself another job somewhere else. And normally, when that happens, a player in that position, like the sporting director, like Edu was at Arsenal, before and during the transfer window, will have nothing to do with the football club because it's just too. It's a compromise. And but he was allowed to be the sporting director in the last transfer window. So it's be interesting to see. It'll all come out in the end. I suppose Arsenal fans that are well connected, they will say what's happened, what's not happened, what's the real deal there. But it's yeah, the Wolves. Oh, Havertz! Another header from Havertz, nearly. Saka on the ball now. Latineri. Oh, that's headed away there into Milan. As I say, they're playing very deep. They are asking for it, in my opinion. And I can see Arsenal getting an equaliser here. And my screen has just frozen again, so I've got to refresh it. As uh, excuse me, 90 minutes, coming up to 90 minutes. Play goes on. The referee doesn't see a foul there. I can see another goal in this match. If not Arsenal getting caught on the break, definitely Arsenal getting an equaliser. But quite frankly, Inter Milan are Inter Milan. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, somebody. Oh, ow! They've hit each other there, not intentionally. This then they've nutted each other. A clash of heads there. Um, and there might even be some claret coming out of that collision there between those two heads coming together. So they have to be careful. The welfare of the players have to be looked at. And what was there that match when Paul Ince, I think when he was playing for, I can't remember who he was playing for. Was it for England or for back in the day? And I'm sure they were playing against Inter Milan, or was it Italy? And he had blood all over him, and they patched him up and they put him back on the pitch. Those were the days. Oh, 1 minute. I don't know what I've done with the chat. Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal. Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you something. Um, I know you're going on about Nketiah, and you got a point. I'll give you that because I remember when Nketiah, when they were last played us, they I didn't think that they were going to win the Champions League from what I saw on the pitch at Selhurst Park. And secondly, I said to myself, Eddie Nketiah couldn't score from open play against us. He had a one-on-one with Sam Johnston, and Sam Johnston had him in his pocket. So I said, if you're playing for the likes of Arsenal or for the big clubs like I suppose Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, when you get on a keeper at a place like Selhurst Park, a mid-table or bottom half-table club, if you like, I'm being honest with myself there, you got to bury those opportunities, and Eddie Nketiah couldn't take that chance. And now we've got him, so there is the doubt. He's a League One player. Do you know what? You're mentioning that, and I've often said that. I've often said, not of different positions, but of strikers. And I've often said, when you have a doubt on a player playing for your club, what would they be able to do in a League One, in the Championship side? And that's a very good point what you put in there. How many goals could Eddie Nketiah score in the Championship? And if you are saying to yourself that that player can't score between 15 and 20 goals in a season in the Championship, then if they can't do that, then in my opinion, if you're mentioning, I know you mentioned the League One player, you mean the next division down, I expect, but then you will be talking League One. But for example, Eddie Nketiah playing up top for Sunderland or Sheffield United or even Leeds United, how many goals could he bag in a season? And if you're talking less than 15, less than 10, then maybe you're right. Maybe he should be maybe he should be in League One. So a fair point there, James Stone. And I have looked at it that way, in that perspective. I always look at the players. Wait a minute, how would they deal with a side that's struggling to get into the playoffs in the Championship? How would they deal with going to tough places in clubs in the Championship? And the answer is less than 5. There you go. If that's how you rate him, that's how you rate him. I always say with strikers that if they keep getting into the right places, they should find a way, technically, with confidence, to get it over the line. And as long as he's working hard for the pitch, and as long as he's getting into the right places, then he has to make the difference. I'll give you this example. Angus Postecoglou, he was talking about his strikers being after the last post-match, and he said to them, we're supporting them, but at the end of the day, it's up to them to go out there. And you know how miserable Angus Postecoglou, I know he's not miserable, but it's the way he comes across with that sort of Godfather Australian accent. I can't do an Australian accent, but the way he does it, he was saying to him, his strikers, he's supporting them, but it's up to them to actually deliver the goods. And your point is valid there. If Eddie Nketiah can't go out there for Crystal Palace and get between 5 and 10, in my estimation, it should be up towards 15 goals a season. Premier League, not cup competition, league. Then a big question has to be asked. I think what we paid for him, 30 mil for it. I expect that what Dougie Freeman was thinking is that if Eddie Nketiah if we can get him to score between 15 and 20 goals for the rest of the season, we can sell Eddie Nketiah back to Arsenal, the way Arsenal are run right now, and we can sell him for 60 mil. Do you know what I mean? Or was it 25 mil? Yeah, but that's not including his wages. But yeah, I hear you. So for me, I can see the mentality between it's a punt. It's a punt of a deal. I've never seen £1 million in my life. I've never made £1 million in my life. I've never bought or sold a player. Oh, on the turn here! Oh, he's just got over the bar. But I'll tell you something. Dougie Freeman was probably thinking, we'll take a punt on a 25 mil deal. He's not injured. He's is he Premier League ready or not? I don't know. You don't seem to think so. You think that he might just about make it in the Championship and then thereabouts. And I think you got a valid point. Eddie Nketiah playing up top for Sunderland or Sheffield United, could he bag more than 10 goals in the Championship? There could still be a question mark on that. There's people that know him, but what has he actually produced? He's had more time on the pitch playing for Oliver Glasner that he had in the last 2 or 3 seasons playing for Mikel Arteta. So he needs to start delivering. Look, listen, Parish, Arsenal has turned down for a year before. Pure ego about Parish. Pure Parish ego. I take it, in the Parish corner. Listen, he's not the majority holder. Now he's controlling the things and he's putting things in the. What I'm worried about is what happens with the majority holder, Texter. If he sells his was it 45% stake that he has on the club, that's when it's going to change things. So well, we're in a scrap of a fight at the bottom, and we can't be going in come mid-January if we still are where we are right now. There's a lot of money to be lost there. That's a full time. Oh, well, there you go. I thought Arsenal want to get some points in this fixture. I can't lie. For me, I think Atletico Madrid won in the end. Atletico Madrid won 2-1 against PSG. Oh my days! And that's but there was I'm going to go into this one. They scored in additional extra time. Assist by Griezmann up to Carrera, Atletico Madrid. And I bet you there was some tinkering going on. And what did I say? Diego Simeone tinkered. He did a 1-2, a triple substitution on 60 minutes. Something that, for example, Mikel Arteta doesn't know how to do. He brought on Conte. I said at the beginning, why didn't he play Conte from the start for Atletico Madrid? And they went on to win 2-1 against PSG. Luis Enrique on big pressure there. Full time. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Steve there. I can't believe that. And Barcelona won 5-2. Paris, you're saying Paris is in the mud. Listen, there's a lot of money at stake. There's a new stand to be built. The investment has to come in from somewhere, and I think it's not so much Paris. It's what's going to happen with Texter, the majority holder at Palace. To keep saying, keep the lid on it. We need to match games played with points. Exactly. Yes. 13 games, 13 points. Yes, Stone. Yeah. Do you know who I found that up? Sam Allardyce, Big Sam. I remember him once saying that in the Premier League, if you've played 10, make sure you're on 10 points and thereabouts. Big Sam mentioned that. I'm sure it's Big Sam. I was so gutted when Big Sam lost the England job, because that's the type of England manager we need. I would have gone for Harry Redknapp. I've always wanted Harry Redknapp to be the England manager, but what do I know? But I'll tell you this much. I can tell you this much. And Palace at the moment, we're not keeping up to it. There seems to be all this nonchalant, just going to work, going to training from the players. I'm always rooting for the players, as you probably know. But I'm saying you got to produce it on the pitch, and they got to get points. If we've played 10 games, we need to be on 10 points or 11, 12 and thereabouts. And then Sam Allardyce said, once you matches versus points in the Premier League, then you just need 2 or 3 lucky away fixtures where you just pick up an additional 3 points here, 3 points there, and bish, bash, bosh, then you've got it there and you're safe. But at the moment, there you go. I'm going into the table. We've played 10 and we're on 7. So it's we have had some. I'm not blaming the referees. I'm not blaming the linos, but I am actually. We've had some decisions that have gone really against us, and you're thinking, "Come on, you're taking the piss. You don't need it." And against Liverpool, we could have got a few decisions go our way, and I know Liverpool won it. As an example, but yeah, you're right, James. It's the way to get through the season. Yeah, we can't. The way I feel about it, if Crystal Palace have played more games and versus points, the point that you made before the new year, and we're still in deficit there. Oliver Glasner won't be there January the 1st. They'll panic and they will move it. Um, the thing is, we all know what's going to happen there. Gareth Southgate. Um, Gareth Southgate will be back, and um, he did say that he didn't want to come back, but it's yeah, I'm a tad worried. I can't lie. I'm a tad worried. I'm more worried than that fella back there. Real talk, because we should be. We should be. I mean, look at this. For example, Manchester United. They've played 10 and they're on 12 points. We should be way above 12 points this time in the season. And only just now we've got Adam Walton. We've had Jefferson Lerma and Ebrieze injured. Before they got injured, we should be way up above. Way up above. So we should be up way above the likes of Manchester United. Yeah, no, he won't. I don't think. I was crying it out for a few watch-alongs and a few uploads before. You're right. I agree. I think it was you that mentioned it before. Daichi Kamada, he can't play in that sim, bro. He can't play. And you want him to stop picking Nketiah and start with Ismail Izzar. Playing anyone instead of those two, because we're playing with 9 players with those 2 players. Yeah, I get your sense. I feel it. I feel it as well. It's like a team and 2 individuals, and then you can't compete that. He just hasn't got the credibility. If he gets an opportunity on goal, Daichi Kamada can score like he scored previous match, but on levels, Daichi Kamada in comparison to Ebrieze, they're not. Yeah, they just ability wise they can't. You really don't like Nketiah. You know what? I'm really going to think of actually putting Eddie Nketiah on the back of him, of that fella there. And I'll tell you something just to wind you up. On the left-hand side and then cutting in. I don't understand why Oliver Glasner won't do it. Do you know what I've been intrigued to know? Where Daichi Kamada used to play for Oliver Glasner, and I'm actually going to Google. I'm going to try and find out where did he used to play. What position did he used to play for Oliver Glasner back in the day? And I'm actually intrigued to find that out. I think when Crystal Palace are in the ascendancy, when we are attacking, it feels and it kind of feels good and looks good, but it's a transition. When they need to switch back into a defensive mode, that's when we're so vulnerable, because we're playing 3 at the back. Had we been playing 4 at the back, then you don't have to worry that so much in that respective. But because we play 3 at the back and the wingers keep going up, and sometimes even one of our centre backs goes up. The goal that we conceded at the bridge at Chelsea, I was right behind that goal. The ball was played up to JP, and I was looking at it, and he lost possession on it. He couldn't hold it up. He lost it. The ball was played out wide, I think by Macedo to Cole Palmer, and the pace from going from an attacking transition mode to a defensive transition, because we've got so many players forward. And that particular instant, when JP lost possession of the ball and he couldn't hold the ball, Mark Gahey, he bombed it up the bridge. He was bombing it up, and he passed it. He passed JP because he couldn't hold it, so he couldn't get past the ball to him. And then when Chelsea broke against us, we were so exposed, and that's our frailty, because we're thinking more in the attacking wise, and that's good. That's positive. That's good. But is a transition from going from attacking mode to defensive mode. We don't have enough cover at the back. And if you look at the goal that we conceded in the last game, if you look at Daichi Kamada, he was just like jogging back. And that infuriates me. That infuriates me as a Crystal Palace player, fan, watching players just jogging back when we're about to concede a goal. Can't play 360 and he still have some security. Look, let me tell you something. I'm intrigued to find out. Palace will be all right. Second part of the season, you'll be flying, no doubt. You'll be flying in the middle of the season, especially when we beat Arsenal, hopefully, in the League Cup. We've not had the best of fixtures during the Chelsea, United, who are doing so good. Yeah, I would say that. I was looking at that, the position. Now, Liverpool, we could have got something out of that Liverpool game. That referee was absolutely terrible. Ask the Liverpool fans some of the decisions that we got. And sometimes our players get pushed off the balls too easily. In my day, I have never played professionally, but when I used to play on Sundays up in North London in Highbury Fields, or one time I was up there, if you get pushed off the ball, you push them back. You give them as good as you get. And it's like our players are just falling down. It's like, what you do? We're playing against Liverpool. If they're pushing you off the ball, push them back when the referee's not looking. Do you know what I mean? Do something. Do you know what I mean? Don't injure no one badly, but just give it as good as you get. And Maximum Lesquire, I've said that he will be better than Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk can't tie up Maximus Lequire's shoelaces, and Liverpool fans don't like that. The thing with Mark Gahey is that when he plays in the middle, in the centre back position, he's good at that role. But if he goes forward, him getting back, he does his best, but he's just not the pace. It's like he's running, and you can see it's not fast enough. So I'll play him more on the left hand side. I think Mark Gahey's position is more on the left, and no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I was actually on the right hand side. I'm actually left handed, but I kicked with the ball with the right hand side. You right. You watch it. I tell you, James Stone, I'm adding that to the receipts. And when Eddie Nketiah scores between 5 to 15 goals at the end of the season, I'm going to be flicking those receipts back at you, James Stone. I'm going to flick in the back eye back at you. In the back three, yeah, I think on the I would go with that. But I mean, they can do a role there. I'm worried that Liverpool, is there going to be a lot of players leaving Liverpool come towards the end of the season, and Mark Gahey, I can see Liverpool coming in for Gahey. I just got a feeling. I hope it's not in January. If we lose Joachim Anderson and Mark Gahey in the same year, we're going to suffer. We're suffering. We shouldn't have lost Joachim Anderson, in my opinion, but he went. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to go to Newcastle. I think, and also there was a bit of beef. They don't admit it. In my opinion, between how Newcastle had approached Crystal Palace before, not for our players, but for Dougie Freeman, if you remember rightly. And for me, I think there was something going on behind the scenes between Palace and Newcastle about how they tried to grab and poach Dougie Freeman. But having said that, you and I, James, we live in the real world, and we understand that Crystal Palace is about bringing in players and selling them on for a considerable profit. That's how we make our bubble, right? Look what we've done with Michael Lisa as an example. So, the way we got Mark Gahey in and how we can sell him is coming. But I don't think, one, Mark Gahey wanted to go to Newcastle, number one, and two, because of what happened between Newcastle and Crystal Palace over Dougie Freeman earlier on. And the third thing I'd say is this: the Crystal Palace, and Parish is actually, I know you don't like Parish, but Parish did say openly, and he had to say this, not so much for you and me or for the media, it was a message back to the Crystal Palace players. We are supportive of the players, because if they want to go to another club, we will facilitate them in that perspective. And the thing is that the matter is, look at it as a brand, James. Crystal Palace, we need to sell players. And if you've got a player that can be sold between 65 upwards to 95 or 90 million pounds, you can't then become like a closed shop. You put your stall out. And that's what Crystal Palace need to do. And I think that's what Steve Parish was doing publicly after that debacle, when Mark Gahey saying, as an example, if you want to buy superstars, you got to pay superstars money. I think that's what he said to that Sky News in that Sky Sports interview. If you want superstars, you got to pay superstar money. And so in a way, he has to portray the brand of Crystal Palace as a brand that we can sell with the big bucks are involved. And but Arsenal have lost here at Inter Milan, and I expected Arsenal to come away with something very unlucky, come towards the end of the first half, conceding a goal. Atletico Madrid have won away at PSG, and Atalanta beating Stuttgart 2-0 as well. Brest doing very well in the Champions League, although conceding a goal, but they're still winning. And Bayern Munich, Vincent Kompany getting, I think, his first win in the Champions League. I could be wrong, but I think he is. And so he's creeping up the table. Gahey back to Chelsea. Listen, don't start this jamminess of Chelsea fans. You slammed the door on Mark Gahey, you slammed the door on Ebrieze, you slammed the door on the kitchen lady in the cafeteria. You didn't renew her contract. You slammed the door. Who else you slammed the door on? Ebrieze, Mark Olise, Mark Gahey. Who else did you slam the door on? I can't. The list is long and distinguished. And the fact of the matter is, Chelsea. The reason why your Chelsea men and your Chelsea women's side have done successfully well. I'm not going to take that away. In the Chelsea men, they have won the Champions League twice, and none of the other London clubs have won, Jackson. But I tell you this much, Chelsea fans out there, the reason why your Chelsea women and your Chelsea men's side are so pronounced in what they do, in what they've done, is because every transfer window, the jamminess of Chelsea fans is to poach a player there, poach another one there, crack a shell there, and even poach that one there as well, and not give a chance for clubs like Crystal Palace to have a little nibble. And that's jamminess of Chelsea. That's what I mean by jamminess of Chelsea. Blue is the colour of my toilet paper. Oh, baby, carefully. Listen, I'm supposed to attract subscribers. You're trying to get me in trouble. But actually, yeah, good luck, Chelsea, tomorrow with me. This I might be doing the watch along tomorrow, but I might be on the road. I'll try and do what I can. Now, I'm going to go to the footer. Thank you very much, everyone, dropping in and showing love there. Stev and James. Right, it's time to bed. It's cool night. Thank you, gents. Thank you. Right, yeah, that's it. And put down that loot paper and the personal ads. Put that down, James. Don't go back to those days. Don't go there. In the meantime, thank you very much, all of you in the chat, for watching. I'm going to do the full time. Yeah, stay away from the loot private ads. Oh, can't believe, how is that even coming to the live watch along? Oh, big up to you, Steve, as well, mentioning that. I saw you put something on earlier on. Been a live good stream. And you also put in there, what else? What else did you put? I thought you were going to, I put it on Liga. What did you put on there? Oh, Atletico 1 had won it. I put it on League on also. Oh right. I don't know what you put on League on, but yeah. Um, yeah. This is the thing over there at League on. Things do go off the script, and maybe I've learned some things from there. Big up to Mr. League Gunner. But how is the loot and personal ads got anything to do with Inter Milan winning 1-0 against Arsenal? I do not know. Someone, I need to sit down when I am sitting down. Well, anyway, I'm going to give for the full-time scores. And in the UEFA Champions League stage, extended Club Brugge 1, Aston Villa 0, Shakhtar Donetsk 2, Young Boys 1. All results, and Kete is injured. Hip hip. Listen, you're jinxing. You know what? I'm going to put his name on my shirt just to hand the receipt back to you. And when he scores those goals, look into my eye. There you go. Also, Feneroid 1, Red Bull Salzburg 3. Last time I looked at it, was 2-1. Inter Milan 1, Arsenal 0. As the chap mentioned earlier on, Arsenal and the wheel is coming off. Has Edu left with the wheel caps or with the wheel nuts, and the wheel is like wobbling and moo, and it's coming off. I don't know what's going on, Arsenal fans. I think there's enough quality there in that side to have got a result, to got at least a point. And but it didn't work out for you lot today. But you're still there in the middle of the Champions League table, so I think you'll be all right. But I will say this: the moment that Arsenal are knocked out of the Champions League, I think that's when Mikel Arteta will be either be pushed or he will look to jump somewhere else. I think that's what will happen as an outsider looking in. Also, PSG 1, Atletico Madrid 2, Red Star Belgrade 2, Barcelona 5, Sparta Prague 1, Brest 2, Stuttgart 0, Atlanta 2, Bayern Munich 1, and Benfica 0. In the UEFA Europa League, Besiktas, it's been a long evening, Besiktas 2, Malmo 1. I'm losing the will there. Let me have a little drink here because this is harder than it is. This job of doing content creation and doing watch-alongs, it makes you get the nibbles and drinking the stuff. Right, in the Championship, and I can't believe I'm going to have to say this, but it's going to annoy me, but there you go. Blackburn Rovers 0, Stoke City 2, Coventry City 1, Derby County 2, Luton Town 1. Luton Town have won. The Bluebirds 0, Cardiff City, of course. Preston North End 0, Sunderland 0. And last of all, as a salty Crystal Palace fan, I'm fuming at this. Millwall have won. They've won 1-0 at the Den against Leeds United. Leeds United fans, put your heads in shame. You're up there towards the top of the Championship, and you go down to the Den off the Old Kent Road. And what were you thinking? Were you thinking of going to Burger King or going to the KFC? What were you thinking, Leeds away fans? Because you weren't concentrating on beating Millwall, and Millwall have piped you 1-0. And now Millwall are comfortably in the playoff positions in the Championship. Oh my days, that's ruined my evening. Real talk. And right, what else we got here? Big up to everyone out there in the chat. James Stone, thank you very much for tuning in, because it's coming up to 2 hours and a half. Big up to Steph. Thank you for dropping in. And I'll try and do the Chelsea watch along tomorrow, but I am on the move tomorrow. Who else was in there? Steve. Big up to you, Steve, there. Thank you for dropping in. Steve RFC. There was somebody else. I think it was Arsenal. I can't find it. How'd you do this? I don't know how to. Oh yeah, Shay Arsenal. Thank you very much, our Shay Arsenal, for dropping in. It means the world. Thank you to anybody out there that has dropped a like. Please share it. Please let people know that I'm doing it or trying to do it. With this fella at the back here, penny for a guy sort of situation, learning how to do watch-alongs and match reactions. Unlucky Arsenal fans. I expect Arsenal fans will be fuming. It can't be very cheap to go to buy a ticket, to get the accommodation, to get the travelling, to go to watch that football club in Arsenal in Milan. And then those away fans, they're coming away with nothing to show for. I'm just going to go into the table of the UEFA Champions League table. Just 1 second. Much respect to you, Steph. Thank you very much for doing that. You're saying doing a good job and enjoy your effort with the content. Much appreciated. As you probably noticed, there's no script. I mean, as I say, I'm just making it up as I go along. Sometimes I even forget to put the lineup things up. So it's a learning curve, and also the good thing about it that I'm finding about it is I'm discovering you lot and your feedback, and then you guys are pointing out things that I don't know about football, and I love that about football when people put things in there, and I discover something about a different football club or even about my football club. I didn't realize a lot of people didn't like Steve Parish, for example. I'm joking. I know people, but anyway, and. But yeah, big up to good luck to Chelsea tomorrow. I think Manchester United is another English side that's playing tomorrow. Actually, let me go to fixtures. How do you do that here? So quickly, I was reading at the table, but I just let's have a look. How could that be right? Oh no, that's today. Oh no, wait a minute. Let me just go to football. I completely messed this up. Right. Tomorrow, I'm sure they have to. Yeah, Rangers. I knew it. Yeah, Rangers are playing. They're away at Olympiacos. Perus. Oh man, I butchered that name. Olympiacos. If that's not how you say it, then it's been a long evening. But Rangers there. Brendan Rodgers there. Coming off a good result at the weekend, so they're playing away there. Oh, gee, it's the 6:45, and then later on, Tottenham Hotspur as well. Tottenham Hotspur are playing away at Galatasaray, so that's another England side. Good luck to Tottenham Hotspur. They're also actually, I don't know. I say that with a little pause. Now we did beat them 1-0, so that tasted good. I can't lie. And Manchester. Oh, they're not away. They're playing at Old Trafford. Manchester United are at home at Old Trafford against Power. I don't know how you say that name. It's an Armenian side. Apparently, I've discovered today. But there you go. And the UEFA Conference League. Just trying to see if there's any sides from the. Oh, yeah, of course, yeah, Chelsea in the competition that no one cares about. Sorry about that, Seb, but well, at least you're in it. I can't say anything because me and this fella back there, we don't know what it's like to be in European competitions. They're up against Santa Claus, Noah. They're up against Noah. Don't harm. No animals will be harmed. No reindeers will be harmed in that fixture. It's at the bridge, and let me just go into it. Chelsea up against Santa Claus and all his reindeers and all the helpers there. Don't ruin Christmas, Chelsea, please. And I'm just looking into it to see if you guys are covering any. I think you got a fully full squad, apart from Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, you're paying all those monies for Manchester United. You're paying his wages, and he's ruled out because he's got a bad tummy or something. Thank you very much, everyone. Right, so quickly, last of all, I'll read out as per usual the table for the competition I just covered, which was the Champions League. I don't think I did do the table quickly, and then I'll round it up because we're coming up to 2 hours and a half, and the screen has frozen again. Do I need to put a 50p coin in this iMac or whatever? For fuck's sake. Right, here we go. Right, it's as it stands in the UEFA Champions League table on Wednesday, the 7th of November. After all the fixtures, everyone appears to have played 4 matches, and this is as follows. In the automatic qualifying stages, which is position 1 till 8, is as follows. Liverpool in position 1 with 12 points. Position 2 is Sporting with 10 points, Monaco with 10 points, Brest with 10 points, Inter Milan now with 10 points, Barcelona with 9 points, Borussia Dortmund with 9 points, and Unai Emery's Aston Villa with 9 points there. Of course, everyone's played 4 matches. They're in the automatic places. We're still very tight there, but well done to Liverpool for they're leading the Premier League and they were leading the Champions League. And you were Jamie, you were Liberty, you took liberties, not Jamie. I'll leave that for Chelsea. But Liverpool fans out there, you were very lucky to get 3 points away from us at Selhurst Park. In 9th place till the 24th position is playoff places for the next round. They'll have to do playoffs between themselves, and at the moment all these teams having played 4 matches is Atlanta, 8 points. Big up to you, Seth. We can't be the first team in the Premier League to win it all. Do you know what? I said it yesterday. Can you imagine that? No, I can't have it. Liverpool fans will become unbearable. No, I'm not having it. Look what? Oh, you can first into the Premier League to win it all. No, I mean, no. If Chelsea fans win, no, you become a variable. Listen, I'm trying to stay on script here. This is hard work, right? But listen, if you win, what competition is that anyway? Let me have a look at that. Now you've taken me off script. I'm going to find that because I don't even know what European competition you're in, the Chelsea fans out there. But I'm going to find that now because it's now beginning to annoy me in the sense that I need to know what competition you guys are in tomorrow because I've been talking about it for the last 20 minutes. And that's, it's there. You're playing against Santa Claus and Noah and all the helpers at 8 o'clock at the bridge, and it's called the UEFA Conference. Yeah, the Conference League. I keep hearing a certain Manchester United fans saying that they don't want to be in the Conference League. I think it's because they always play on Thursday. I think maybe it's got something to do with that. I mean, there's some names of some clubs there. I have like no idea. I mean, for goodness sake, Chelsea's playing against Santa Claus tomorrow. And Noah. So there you go. Yeah, there's some names there that I have no idea where they are. I must have missed that geography lesson back in the day. Probably in the bike sheds, smoking a packet of Rothmans as a youngster. But never mind. So good luck to Chelsea tomorrow in the UEFA Conference League. Yeah, I don't think you've won that. You've won everything else. So that's your point there. Well said there, Steph. Right. I was in the middle of the Champions League table quickly. Oh, my back is aching. Yeah. So in no, that's the Premier League table. Oh, nothing's working. Why is it not working? So if I do, oh, there it goes. It's that one. Right, here we go. In 9th place is Atlanta. Again, all these clubs have played 4 matches. Atlanta are on 8 points. Manchester City, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, they are in 10th having with 7 points, Juventus with 7 points, Arsenal with 7 points, Bayern Leverkusen's Xavi Alonso's Bayern Leverkusen's 7 points, of course, losing at Anfield. Lille with 7 points. Celtic, Brendan Rodgers making some good ground on 7 points. Excuse me. Dynamo Zagreb on 7 points, and now Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich on 6 points, Real Madrid on 6 points, Benfica on 6 points, AC Milan on 6 points, Feyenoord on 6 points, Club Brugge on 6 points, Atletico Madrid on 6 points, PSV on 5 points, and they all go there at the moment as it stands in the playoffs for the Champions League group stages, and now on the 25th position downwards. If it were to end tonight, this stage, the following clubs would have been eliminated. I think they might go into the Europa Cup. I don't know. Anybody knows the answer. The clubs that get eliminated from this competition, but not just yet. They've only played 4 games. PSG with 4 points, Sparta Graf on 4 points, Stuttgart on 4, Shakhtar Donetsk on 4 points, Girona on 3 points, Red Bull Salzburg 3 points, Bologna with 1 point, and the following clubs all on 0 point. Écoutez, 0 point, RB Leipzig, Sturm Graz, Young Boys, Red Star Belgrade, and Slovan Bratislava all on 0 points there, propping up the bottom of the Champions League. Yeah, the conference. Yeah, now I know what you're talking. Yeah, of course it is. Because I was thinking, you guys got a trophy. Cut a long story short, Chelsea fans out there, I have been in the Chelsea club shop. All right, I'm not going to tell you this story because it's too long and it's been too late, and you're probably wondering why I was in there, but there was a very important reason. But anyway, if you go to Chelsea at the bridge, as you walk into the Chelsea off the Fulham Road, where the away fans go there. To the left is the shed end, which is part of an old-fashioned wall, and there's a good description there. I was looking for Steve Kember's plaque, but you got Jimmy Greaves, you got all the ex-Chelsea players, famous players on the shed end there. And opposite to that, you will then come to the Chelsea club shop. The club shop, it's not just like a little room. It's got 2 blooming floors on it. It's massive, and I think it's probably even bigger than that. And if you go upstairs on the first floor of the club shop at Chelsea, there is a glass cabinet, and they have their all the trophies that they've won, the Premier League. I don't know if they're original ones. I don't know nothing about Chelsea, but they've got all the trophies there. And I don't think Chelsea has won the UEFA Conference Cup. So they could the way they're playing with Cole Palmer and Jackson and all them players there, I'm not surprised that you'll go on to win that. But it's just it's nothing to be happy about. But for Chelsea, we're bigger than this competition, but we're in it. Let's win it. But you see, that's the mentality of Estev and Chelsea fans, that when they go into a competition, they're not. I get the sense you don't just want to make up the numbers. The Chelsea fans, they don't expect, but they're saying, I need to see those players that I've watched lit up the damn silverware. And that is the minimum requirements that Chelsea fans have of their players. And I remember when Pochettino was the manager at Chelsea, and I was doing my videos. Go back and check on playlist at Diego C. Palace on the channel, and I was recording the Real Madrid, because Real Madrid came into town and they were playing at the bridge. And I recorded the Real Madrid coach and the Chelsea coach arriving with the players, and I was talking to a bloke that was there. He was watching. He had his little girl, a 10-year-old girl. She was in the VIP area where they can put their hands out and just greet the players. And because we were standing there for like an hour, 2 hours before it all happened, I was with the coach, and obviously he was looking after his kid, and we got talking about Chelsea and Crystal Palace and players and all that. And I was saying to him, the Chelsea under Mauricio Pochettino, it's not. There's players there, there's some talented players there, but it's just not clicking. It's not working. What's going on? Is it because they can't fit in the changing room? Because the jamming that they do, they in transfer windows, they have so many players on the books, they can't even actually fit the players and the thing. And he wasn't too happy about what Pochettino was doing with the players, what the players were responding to him. But the expectation of Chelsea fans at the bridge, as an outsider looking in, is that they expect that every competition that they go into, regardless of circumstances, regardless of whatever's going on the pitch or off the pitch issues, those Chelsea fans expect their players to lift the damn trophy. And there's an example of it. Well said, Steph. No, I did not buy any Diego Costa. No, I would never contemplate. No. Escúchame. No. Anyway, Diego Costa is I know he played for Spain in the end, but then he was from Brazil, wasn't he? But I was not there for that. I'm not even going to go into it because there's no need for it. But he was there, and but yeah, no. But yeah, anyway, so that's the expect. There's a Chelsea fans expect to win that competition. So in the what did you call it? I've forgotten about it. Oh my god! I talk about memory with like a sieve. Conference League, the European Conference League. The way they're playing right now, I will not be surprised to see Chelsea win silverware there. I don't know what that could help Chelsea. Will that give them automatic qualification into the Champions League or into something else next season? I don't know. I expect if Chelsea can avoid, as an outsider looking in quickly, I'll say this, they can avoid injuries, if they can keep the consistency of how they're playing right now, they will easily finish not in the top 4, but in the top 3, in my opinion. And they've still got a transfer window in January to go into, which I'm not going to talk about, the jamminess of transfer windows with Chelsea. So you just wanted something about it. Just like where they're going to fit the players. They've got too many players. Literally. The players of Chelsea do not fit in their changing room. If all of them turn up on match day, they can't fit in their own changing room, and the manager be able to squeeze into the changing room. There's no room. They've got so many of them. And I'm just saying that with a bit of salt. Of course, I'm salty as a Crystal Palace fan. But there you go. And no, you're not getting Mark Gay. That's my answer. Like half an hour later. Right. I think after this week's Champions League fixtures, I think the performance of it all, and I think Liverpool fans will probably contest to this, they don't seem to get the appreciation from other football fans as much as they deserve. But it's because the way they play at Selhurst Park and the way the Liverpool away fans sometimes behave at Selhurst Park, they make too much noise, and they can be very annoying, I have to say, as a Crystal Palace fan. But where credit is due, I think you gotta see how Liverpool are on top of the Premier League and they're on top of the Champions League, and having played 10 games in the Premier League and having played 4 games in the Champions League, the table don't lie. Both of those two tables don't lie, and so it is what it is. Oh, no. No. You know what? With the little clips. Do you know what? I'm always up for ideas like you're taking the bubble. Look, they're taking the bubble, they're taking the piss. And that's a lot of people don't understand what taking the bubble is, but we'll leave it there. Leave it there. I'm not going to take it. I'm just not even going to go there. Don't take it anywhere there. Anyway, I'm just saying, if you know, you know. But no, Diego, see Chelsea. No, no, it's not happening. Actually, some of the highest views that I've had on my channel has been with Chelsea, with the Chelsea coach. And when I went to watch the Crystal Palace women play last year in the FA Cup against the Chelsea women, the mascots from there's a clip on that. I've uploaded it of the Chelsea team's mascots. I told them we've got the best mascots at Crystal Palace. They're called Alice and Pete, the two eagles from Crystal Palace. And the Chelsea mascots, they were not happy. They were growling at me. Rah! But I told them we got the best mascots at Crystal Palace, and that's Alice and Pete, our eagles. We have a conference. Yeah. Do you know what? I know you're kind of half joking there, but in a way you're actually serious there. You've got a squad in depth there to compete easily in the conference. Now that I know what it's called, European Conference League, you've got a squad in depth, in my opinion. I know you got knocked out by Newcastle in the League Cup, but you got you're still in the FA Cup, of course. You got a squad in depth there because Chelsea in the last, if I'm not mistaken, in the last season and the season before, you've been to Wembley, I think 3 times, and you've come out as losers, but you've been at the final. So now you've got a good manager there. You got a squad there that can get silverware at the conference. You can get silverware possibly in the FA Cup, and January transfer window. If you get rid of people off the books and get some other players in, which wouldn't surprise me, your Chelsea could be the dark horse to challenge Liverpool. We'll see. But good luck to all the clubs in the European competitions. Bad luck. No, not bad luck. It was. I think Arsenal should have got something today, but then conceding that goal in the first half, a bit unfortunate there. But I don't think it's all over for Arsenal in the Champions League. But do I think they're going to win it? I don't think so. Not with Mikel Arteta at the helm, but maybe I'm wrong there. Right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'm just trying to think what else I've got to say or do. This is what I mean, Steph. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making this up as I go along. So I've got to so tomorrow, quickly, I'm going to go. Good luck to Rangers. Good luck to Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea, they're playing at the Bridge. As I say again, Santa Claus and Noah and all the helpers. Chelsea, don't ruin Christmas for everyone, please. Do me a favour. Have some time off, Chelsea fans out there. And who else is playing their way there? Rangers, Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, sorry, nearly forgot. It's easy to forget. Manchester United. Who's Manchester United? Who are the Manchester United fans out there? Who are you? And also, please check me out. You got cheerleaders. Yeah, we got the best cheerleaders at Crystal Palace. Go and follow them on the Instagram account. Actually, when I come off, I'll put a little note of the Crystal Palace cheerleaders. They're all amazing, and I'll put them on the go and follow all of them individually. They're all doing different things. They do other jobs, of course. The cheerleaders, and we've got the best cheerleaders in the Premier League at Crystal Palace. They're called the Crystals at Crystal Palace, and Chelsea got nothing of what we've got. They're nowhere near it. Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, we've got the best mascots, we've got the best cheerleaders, and we've got Eddie and Nketiah. I'll leave you with that. Right, so 11 changes against Newcastle. That's the point. But the thing is, with that said, they should have. I knew it was 11. I said it, and I wasn't sure. I knew it was more than 7 or 8. And I think in the last watch along, I said that, and it was 11 changes that Mascherino had done. And it just didn't work out. Eddie Howe's a good manager. As I mentioned it before, I think he should be the England manager. I don't know why the FA have appointed, nothing against Tuchel taking over as the England manager. But for me, Eddie Howe should be the England manager right now. And if you can't get Eddie Howe because he's just renewed his contract last year and make himself out of the loop for that potential job, put Harry Redknapp in there, or I'll put Harry Redknapp in there. And at the moment, the manager. Yeah. Anyway, right. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Good luck to Chelsea tomorrow. Good luck to Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, and to Rangers. Some good fixtures tomorrow. And yeah, so good luck to everyone. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching on playback, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace and please share it where you can. Big up to everyone. Massive love and thank you to anyone who's dropped a like and anyone who's dropped a comment. Steph, you're one of them. Quickly, Gemstone, Steve RFC, and Arsenal Shay. I always butchered that name. Shay Arsenal. I do beg your pardon. Shay Arsenal. Thank you for dropping in. You were the first person. Big up to you. Thank you for dropping in. Take care, everyone. Stay safe out there. And unlucky Arsenal, unlucky Aston Villa today. Thank you for watching. Take care and up the Palace. Come on, Palace. It doesn't stop. Look.